everyone. Welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So today I am by myself. All my boys had some things that they needed to take care of this weekend. So I was kind of thinking about what I could share with you this week without them. And one of the episodes that we're going to be doing here pretty quickly is something about what our favorite blends of the summer has been. And I wanted to share with you one of the blends that I have kind of mixed together and made that I smoke a lot of. I found that in the mornings, for about a year now, in the mornings, I always smoke a lightly flavored aromatic. And I tried a bunch of different aromatics to see what would be a good morning blend, and what I find that I like in the mornings is something that's got some nicotine potency to it, but also has just a little bit of a sweet flavor to it that I can get the day started. Because usually after my morning smoke, I won't get to smoke another pipe until early afternoon or so. And those of you that work probably know that after your morning smoke, you've got to wait a good 8 hours or so before you have to before you get to smoke again. So I wanted something that could kind of carry me through the day, and I really never did find anything in store-bought or pre-made aromatics. They're either way too sweet or goopy, or not really full enough of a smoke for me to enjoy. So I decided to mix my own blend. And by no means did I make this up entirely. I found the original recipe on one of my Facebook groups, and this is kind of a derivative of something called hobbit's weed. And probably you guys that have been smoking for a long time, you know of this hobbit's weed that is kind of a cherry vanilla blend. But again, I didn't want anything that was so sweet that I just didn't enjoy smoking. So I mixed my own. And this particular mix I call Longbottom leaf, kind of a play of the hobbit's weed. And of course, if you decide to try this at home, you can call it whatever you like. But I did want to share this with you. So my Longbottom leaf is based on Kentucky Dark Fires. Okay, and what I do, all of these blends that I mix in it are considered to be bulk blends. So it's not entirely expensive. There is one blend in there that is a little bit expensive and maybe not real hard to get, but you're going to have to search for it a little bit. So this particular blend starts off with 1 part of the HH Old Dark Fired Ready Rub, and the Ready Rub is that's Baren, and the Ready Rub is the flake version of this, except it's kind of rubbed out. Now it's still a little chunky, so what I do is when I get this, I'll rub it out even more. But the Dark Fired Ready Rub is kind of a strong base for a good flavored smoke. It's got a pretty good nicotine content to it, and it's real tobacco without any flavorings. It's a Virginia burley based. It's got burley, Kentuckys, and Virginias in it. There are no flavorings in that one, and you can get it at smoking pipes or any of the other places that have Baren products. So that's the base of it, and what I add to it is I add 1 part of the Ken Byron Ventures Dark Fired Cherry. The reason why I chose Dark Fired Cherry was because this particular version, I've heard it called the grown-up version of a cherry blend, and it has a pretty decent cherry flavor to it, not real overbearing, but its base contents also is a Dark Fired Kentucky. So it kind of adds and it kind of complements already the Ready Rub that I put in there, the McBaren Ready Old Dark Fired Ready Rub. So one part of the Old Dark Fired Ready Rub and one part of the Ken Baren Ventures Dark Fired Cherry. Now that alone would give you a really good nicotine content with a little bit of a cherry flavor, but I also wanted to add a little sweetness to it, because what I find is when I smoke cherry blends, they're not necessarily sweet. They have that cherry flavor, but still it has a little bit of bitterness to it. So I wanted to add something to it that also gave it some sweetness. And so I decided that I was going to add a little bit of the McBaren's Vanilla Cream. Now, the McBaren's Vanilla Cream, you can get it in tins, but it also comes in a bulk version of it. And that particular one is also a Ready Rub. Both of those Ready Rubs have a tendency to come a little bit chunky, so before I mix them together, I rub it out pretty good. So the McBaren Vanilla Cream is considered to be an aromatic. It has Black Cavendish in it and Virginias, and the flavoring on those are a little bit of cream and vanilla. You can get that also just about anywhere that sells McBaren products. And the last part of this particular aromatic that I blend is kind of a classic tobacco that's been around for a long time, and this is Lane Limited's BCA. Lane Limited BCA is made by Scandinavian Tobacco Group. It's a popular aromatic that's been around for a long time. Probably of the 4 tobaccos that I mix into this one, that is the sweetest that is in there. It has Black Cavendish and regular Cavendish in it. It has quite a few flavorings added to it. It's got a little bit of liqueur in it. It doesn't say exactly what kind. It's got a little bit of chocolate in it, so it kind of adds to that cherry flavor that's already in there with a little bit of a chocolate. It's got a little vanilla in it. It's got a little bit of whiskey flavor in it too. The cut on this one is a coarse cut, and like I said, you can get this one in bulk as well. So I mix all of these together, and I have been just smoking the crap out of this one because it just, in the mornings with a cup of coffee, it is a really tasty blend. It's got just a touch of sweetness with a lot of nicotine content, a lot of smokiness, earthiness that those Dark Fired Kentuckys add to it. It's got a little bit of regular burley in it from the old Dark Fired. It is just a really tasty blend that I enjoy every morning. Now, this is me personally, but I would go out there for you guys, and I would give it a shot if you want to, and then I'd like to hear your feedback on it to see what you think about it. But when you pour this out and put it in your bowl, it is a really chunky blend. It's got lots of big pieces, a little bit of some ribbon cut in there, but the color of this is just absolutely beautiful. Really dark kind of look to it. It just gives you something to look forward to in the morning and get your day started really well. The tin note on this is really good. The vanillas come through. You know, of course, it's got from the BCA. It's got some vanilla. It's from the vanilla cream. It's got some vanilla, and the cherry is just slightly in the background. There's a little bit of a chocolate scent that comes out stronger when you smell it than the cherry does. But really a nice delightful kind of scent, and upon touching it, it doesn't it doesn't feel wet at all. It's perfect. It's ready to go just like it is. So you can stuff it in. I mean, as you can see some leaf in here that are quite big pieces. And then also some leaf in here that are nice little ribbon cuts. So it burns really well. It's slow burning. It doesn't consume real quick. It takes its time. I'll put it in probably a group 4 pipe. I have a special Savinelli that I use every morning for this blend. And it's about a group 4 size, and it takes anywhere from about 40 minutes to an hour to burn through. And sometimes I'll just jump in the car and keep smoking it as I'm going to wherever I go in the mornings. So it's something that you really might like. Those of you that want something in the morning that's got a little bit of sweetness to it, that has some really good content to it, some beef to it, and actually this could be an all-day smoke if you're just a straight aromatic smoker. It could be also something that kind of walks you into a different avenue of tobaccos. If you're strictly an aromatic smoker, this might begin to move you to trying some of those non-aromatic tobaccos like a Dark Fired Kentucky or Virginia's, or even a Latakia blend, because McBaren actually considers the old Dark Fired as a Latakia blend simply because of its nature, because of the processes that they use to make this. The way they make this one is they are using it's hot pressed, so there's heat added and steam through the tobacco pressing that causes this to intensify and gives us a little bit of a bolder tobacco. It's very robust. It's very earthy. It's got a very Dark Fired Kentucky forward type of taste to it, and it's really, really satisfying in the morning. It gets my morning going really well. So I wanted to share that recipe with you, and let me go over that one more time. It's 1 part of Old Dark Fired Ready Rub. It's 1 part of Ken Byron Ventures Dark Fired Kentucky. It's 1 part of McBaren's Vanilla Cream, and 1 part of Lane BCA. Now, upon purchasing all of this, you can only get the Dark Fired, the Ken Byron Dark Fired Cherry in a 2-ounce bag. So what I do is I just order 2 ounces of everything else and mix it all together, and it gives me 8 ounces of a tobacco. This right here, I don't know if you can see this, but it's, I would say, just under halfway used up, and I've been smoking this every morning for, gosh, maybe about 4 months now. So it's been lasting pretty good. I don't smoke it any other time of the day. I just smoke it in the morning. But it's lasted. So if you consider the expense that you're spending, the Ken Byron, I think, is like $14 for the Dark Fired Cherry. Everything else for 2 ounces is about $4.50, somewhere around there. So I mean, you're spending about $27 or $28 on tobacco, but it's lasting you a really long time, and that's for 8 ounces. So I think it's a pretty good value. And again, guys, I'm not I don't home blend tobaccos. That's never been my thing. But this particular one, I really wanted to try. And I also wanted, my youngest son, Ian, you guys know, is a aromatic smoker, and I wanted something that I could also share with him to try to continue his journey on sampling tobaccos. And this one seemed to be a pretty good one. He loves it. He smokes it a lot too. So it's a pretty good little blend. So I encourage you all to give it a try. So next week I will be giving you guys kind of our rundown of all of our favorite summer blends, aromatics, Virginia blends, vapors, English blends, also burley blends. I don't smoke a lot of burley blends, but I do have one that I've really smoked pretty good this summer that has been really, really tasty. So we're going to share that with you next week. If you have any questions or comments, if you decide to mix a batch of this on your own, I'd really like to get your input and your impressions to see if maybe I need to be tweaking this one a little bit, or if you like it the way it is. You know, it's really fun to go out there and try to come up with something that's unique, that is tasty, and that serves a purpose in your everyday smoke. So that's what this one has become for me. I smoke it every morning. I know this is a short video, but I wanted to share this with you. This has been something that's been on my mind for a couple of months now, and this I felt like would be a good opportunity to kind of give you the recipe on this and let you guys try it and see what you think. As always, guys, I really appreciate all your input and your comments. Make sure that you leave those with us and we'll get back to you. Coming up very quickly is the Texas Pipe Show on November the 6th. It'll be in Cedar Hill at Tobacco Cabana. We hope to see all of you there. I'll be there. 2 of my sons will be there. Please come up and say hi to us if you're a viewer. We've got some little tokens that we're passing out to viewers, and so if you're one of ours, please make sure you come and see us. We'll be at the Turbo 10 table. The guy that runs Turbo 10, my buddy Warren, is a friend of mine, and he's sharing his table with us. So come up and say hi, take a spin on his Turbo 10 wheel, and maybe you'll win a prize. And it'll be just a lot of fun to see everybody back together after all this COVID mess that we've missed out on a lot of pipe shows. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. Have a great week, and don't forget, make all your piping moments count. Make sure that you get out there and enjoy yourselves. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.